Sarah, and a lot of people are watching. I hope.
Me too.
I only know a few things about you. You're from Sweden and you came to Korea. Also, beautiful model.
감사합니다.
Do you speak Korean now?
조금.
Okay.
조금만 해요.
Very good, very good.
I hope so. I'm not very good at speaking Korean, but I'll try.
Okay, very good, very good. Sweden, you're a model and actor, and also you've been here how many years?
Now it's actually only been 3 months.
3 months?
Yes, 3 months in Korea.
Oh, I thought
It's my
you've been
first
here.
time here.
Wow, I thought you've been here for over a year or something.
No.
Wow.
So I wish my Korean was better, but yeah, all right.
Sweden is a very, very mysterious country for me.
Yeah.
It's very far north, Scandinavian country,
True, yes.
next to Norway.
Yes,
And
exactly.
above the Denmark. That's
Correct,
the only,
correct.
It's the only thing I know.
You know quite a bit though.
So tell me some more about your hometown.
All right, so I'm from Luleå. It's a small town up north in Sweden. It's really cold in the wintertime.
Yeah, I can imagine that.
Yes, but people are usually quite surprised because it's quite warm in the summer. We actually get up to plus 30 degrees or even warmer. But in the wintertime, we can get minus 40. Because I'm half Norwegian, my father's Norwegian, I grew up both in Luleå and in Norway as well. So I've traveled between Luleå and Norway. So
Those country each other? I mean,
Yes.
how far in terms of distance in kilometers?
Well, the countries are very close together. Literally, the border's connected. So you can go right in between both countries very easily. But when I went to my father, we'd drive and it would take maybe 6 to 8 hours.
Okay, right.
It's
very
okay.
close.
Yeah, it's very close.
And how about location? Is it very far from capital, Stockholm?
Yes, it's quite far. I'm not sure about the exact distance, but Sweden and Norway are both very long countries. When you compare to the rest of Europe, they are on the map, they're very big.
Oh yeah.
So when we took a road trip when I was younger from my hometown to Stockholm, it took maybe over like a day. It took a day and a half, and we had some stopovers, so it's quite far.
I see.
Yeah.
Swedish food?
We have one very famous dish that's fermented fish.
Oh, okay.
I know in Korea you have something similar.
Oh yeah.
A similar dish, yeah. In Sweden it's quite famous because it smells so bad.
Oh, okay.
It's so stinky, but people love it. It's quite salty, very kind of rich taste.
This is more like a pickled herring kind of taste?
Kind of, yes.
Put some vinegars and sweets and salts together?
Yeah, but it's usually more, it just tastes salty. It's not very sweet.
Oh, okay.
But it ferments for a long time, just like kimchi, like same thing, just for a very long time. And I never
do you
eat
like
it.
it?
I don't eat it. It smells so bad.
What was the name again? The food, the fermented fish?
In Swedish, it's called surströmming. Surströmming.
Pretty hard.
It's quite difficult.
Okay.
But fermented fish.
Did you find any Swedish food in Korea?
There is a Swedish restaurant.
Really? Where?
It's called hemlagat. In Korean, it's similar spelling, hemlagat.
Hemlagat.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not too far. It's quite in central of Seoul. And I haven't been yet, but it looks really nice. So
I see.
if someone wants to try Swedish food, I would recommend that place.
Is it in Itaewon?
I think it's not too far from Itaewon, but I can't remember the exact station, but it's very central.
I see.
When in Sweden, I actually made kimchi myself.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm proud. It was so hard.
Swedish.
Yes, Swedish, and in Norway we speak Norwegian.
I see. Is it quite very different from English?
Quite different.
I see.
English people think we sound quite funny. But it's all based on Latin. So when I was younger in school, we had an English teacher who came to visit us at school. We asked him, what does Swedish sound like for British people, for English people? And he said, oh, it sounds quite similar to English.
Really?
But backwards. So he thought it sounded like you were speaking in English, but in reverse. Oh, why I picked Korea as a model? Oh, that's a very interesting question. For me, I picked Korea because I wanted to come here for a really long time. Since I was about 14 years old. So that's 10, 11 years ago.
Wow.
I came here to study at first. So I was studying Korean for 3 months. And then I started doing modeling and acting here because I've done that before. I did that in London. Well, there's two different topics. There's Swedish beauty and then there's Swedish kind of makeup trends and fashion. I would say compared to Korea and Sweden, it's very popular to have matte face.
Oh, okay.
Like not to have shiny makeup. They like matte face. They like thick lipstick. Yeah, like a lot of lipstick, but they also like to have thick eyebrows. That's quite similar to Korea. I love Korean makeup and Korean beauty, so my friends have seen me change.
I see.
But it's quite natural. Swedish beauty, they love natural. They like kind of liberal clothing. In Sweden, it's okay to have cleavage. It's okay to show skin.
I see.
They don't mind that at all. So that's different from Korea. But they like very, very flowy clothing. Kind of Swedish bloggers are very famous. Fashion blogging. Swedish fashion is really big. Swedish design is popular. Scandinavian design, Scandinavian fashion. So very natural, but quite liberal, I would say, Swedish beauty.
How did you start liking Korea so much?
I discovered it through manhwa.
Manhwa? Cartoon? Oh, okay.
So I started with that, and I was playing a lot of Korean video games as well, computer games. I love Korean games, and it was an older game called Perfect World. It's an online MMORPG.
Alright.
And then I started playing Blade and Soul.
Oh, alright.
As well, which is quite popular. Blade and Soul, you know it, right?
Yeah.
It's so big. They launched it in Europe now, so it's finally coming properly.
I see.
Then a few years later, of course, K-pop came to Sweden as well. So then I got even more interested. But I already knew about Korea since before. It wasn't until I moved to London when I was 19 years old that I met Korean people and I started doing language exchange. And I learned about Korean food and cooking, culture.
Wow.
Maybe I could introduce myself, like in Swedish.
That's good.
Okay, so in Swedish, hej, jag heter Sara. Jag är 25 år gammal. Jag är från Luleå. Jag älskar Korea.
I know your city name and then Korea.
Exactly. I said my age, my name, where I'm from, and that I love Korea.
I see.
It's quite, we have a melody. So it's not very straight. That's what people say. Some people say it sounds like we're singing. I don't know if that's true, but it's very...
And people are watching at the same
That's
time.
interesting.
Right, 고맙습니다. 이렇게 계속 he's a great painter,
Oh, wow.
and he says say hi. And he was on the way of drawing, but he just stopped and then watching this video.
Oh, really?
And yeah, Insta. I put an advertisement on this on Insta as well. She said that. She mentioned that.
I'd say the hardest thing is the pace.
What is that?
Because in Korea, everything is like 빨리, 빨리, 빨리.
Yeah.
And to me, that is hard.
Really?
Because from up north in Sweden, where I'm from, it's quite slow. You know, it's important to be on time and to be professional, but we like to take our time. You know?
I really like to live there.
Yeah, that's right. You should come visit. It's really nice and slow.
I really like that.
Yeah. Getting on the bus, for example, in Korea is so different.
Oh, yeah.
In Sweden, you just, you know, they stop, you get on. It takes a while for the old ladies to get on, you know.
Oh, yeah.
They close the door slowly.
I really like it.
Yeah. In Korea, you just run. Swedish working culture is very different from Korean working culture. In Sweden, we tend to have a lot of discussions. We share ideas. We tend to have a very kind of liberal way of working together in a project. In Korea, I feel it's more that you have the president and then you have everyone under him, and it's very strict hierarchy. In Sweden, it's not really like that. You could have an employee that's kind of low on the ground, but they can sometimes still be able to talk to the president and give some advice or ideas.
Okay.
We still have a hierarchy, same as everywhere, but it's more free.
I see.
That's also quite different here.
You like paintings, pictures, paintings.
Or for like paintings, like art, maybe? Yes, I do. I went to New York to visit MoMA, the Museum of Modern Art. I really love that. And in school, back in high school, not university, we studied a lot about art and the Renaissance and older kind of art. And I think that's really beautiful. I really love.
Did you do anything in Korea as well?
Yes, I've done a few commercials. I haven't done a lot because it was quite recent that I was able to start working.
Okay.
So I did some commercials and I really enjoyed it. It was a stabilizer camera, so kind of selfie camera. It's really nice. I wish I could have bought one too. It was really nice to use. It's like kind of has a head and then like a shaft, so you can hold it and you can angle it and change the direction. So it's literally kind of a selfie camera, and you can use it when you're jogging, you can use it when you're running, exercising.
It's a Korean company?
Yes, it's the Korean. The inventor is a woman. She's Korean, and the company is actually more international. So they released it to an international audience.
I see.
And one other product as well.
What was that?
It's a ruling instrument. So you measure distances and like how long something is. Like maybe you want to redecorate at home and like fix the window, so you could use it to measure. It uses like a laser.
Oh, okay.
So you could just click it and it says, 30 meters to that wall.
That's cool.
It's really cool. I like that one too.
You have some exhibition
Oh,
of his
really?
art. He has very amazing works using watercolors and some of the things.
My father actually was an artist. Like he studied art, and then he worked with commercials, or advertisements, PR. But before he did a lot of watercolor as well. So I'd love to see that. I think it's really interesting. I did. I started out with modeling by accident. I didn't plan it. I did some hair modeling.
Oh, okay.
So I started to get a lot of haircuts and got more work with that. So that's why my picture had the black hair with a bob, because of hair modeling.
I see.
I did a lot of that.
It's the hair model.
Yeah, it's my real hair. No one thinks it's my hair, but it was my hair. It's my hair.
How about the color? You just change the color?
Yeah, to black. From this color to black. But
I see.
when I came to London, I had red hair. Long hair, red hair, and they cut it and did that. When I first started acting, I played a live video game character on stage. So I was Catwoman, and we had kind of characters from Street Fighter, like Ryu, and these different typical, like the karate guy, the military guy, and we were on stage.
Wow.
So we had a guy who invented a game console specifically for this, which connected us using Bluetooth to like an arcade console set up, just like a real arcade machine. And whenever the audience would step up to this podium and use this, we would hear the commands.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
Yes. So they'd use punch, kick, and we'd mimic what they were saying for us to
That's
do.
interesting.
Yeah, so we were having fights on stage, fighting each other. And it was really fun. The audience loved it. It was
real fighting, you have to hit very hard yourself?
like it was fake fighting because, like, for
okay.
example, you know, stage fighting, like you punch and you punch to the side of the face, but to the audience, it looks like you're actually doing
I
it.
see.
Yeah.
But you have to really practice very well.
Yeah, we didn't have a lot of time to practice, so sometimes we'd miss, and the audience would be, that didn't really hit.
You're fit very well with the characters.
Oh, really?
The game and also the Catwoman.
Well, that's lovely too. Thank you.
He said it's going to be very interesting to work as a real arcade game character.
Yes, it was so much fun. It was such a dream for me. I love gaming. I love gaming. It's my biggest hobby. In London, I worked as a game tester.
Really?
Yeah. I made sure that the game is of high quality and that there's no bugs, no errors, no flaws. And I checked the languages
You
as well.
play the game and you get paid.
Yes.
Fantastic job.
It's a lovely job. It's hard work though.
Oh yeah.
Actually, it really is. No one thinks so, but it is.
He's a musician. You know.
Oh,
And
really?
he sings very well.
Oh,
Fantastic
that's
voice.
lovely. I want to hear later. You
He
should
really
show.
likes the game. And Lara Croft. He said you're going to be very well on that game as well. What is the name of the game, Lara Croft?
Oh, Lara Croft. Oh, Tomb Raider.
Oh yeah.
Maybe.
Right.
Oh wow,
Is
I
that-
love her. Angelina
Yeah.
Jolie is so much fun in the film adaptation as well.
And you're gonna fit very well with
That's
that
so nice. Thank you.
too. And
I would love to try. That's one of the things I'm quite proud of Sweden, that we have a huge culture of music. We really love music. And we have a lot of famous producers. We have also Avicii. We have DJing, we have electronic dance music, and a lot of famous artists. We have ABBA, and it's really...
I always forget about that. Right?
Yeah, did you?
You're right. Yeah.
Mamma Mia.
I really liked it. Right.
Yeah, it's huge in Sweden. So I think the reason why... It's funny about this question, because I wondered this last week. I was thinking about it. Why is music so big in Sweden? Why is it so important for us? I think it's got something to do with our culture. We're a small country. We tend to be we can be kind of reserved. You know, when you go to America, people will talk to you on the bus, on the subway, and they're so social.
Right.
In Sweden, we don't talk to strangers.
Oh, that's interesting.
It's quite similar to Korea. You know, we don't really know if someone talks to us on the street. You know, it's a bit, ooh, who is this? So we can be a little bit cold, but when you get to know Swedish people, we're really open, really happy, like to talk. I think that has something to do with it. Because when we're more reserved, you spend more time playing music, you spend more time with arts, you spend more time maybe designing and exploring yourself and exploring art. I think it has something to do with that. We're not...
That's a very interesting point.
Yes, I think so. That's my take on it. But I can't say that that's the real reason.
Can you speak Korean? Okay, that's a good question. You know
Very,
some Korean.
very little. I will say 안녕하세요.
Okay.
And then when I order, I might say 그게 주세요. 그게 주세요. 이거 주세요.
Okay. 얼마예요?
Yeah, 얼마예요? I'll say 얼마요. Sometimes I don't know what they answer me though.
Oh, okay.
I'll say 얼마요.
Oh, yeah.
I don't understand. I can talk a little bit depending on the topic. So good. So good.
Other than video games, when you have a free time, what do you do? What do you spend your time when you have a free time?
Oh, hobbies maybe. I love languages.
Okay.
I love studying languages. So I've been studying Korean and also Japanese and French and a little bit of Chinese as well. But I was more successful with Japanese. French was in school. So I studied French in school. So I love languages and I loved English since I was very young. Back when I lived in London, I actually had a British accent. Because my accent changes all the time. From American to British to everything. I love that. I also love music. I love music. I went to music high school in Sweden. Yes.
So
I love playing music.
Oh, so you learned some singing and also different instruments as well?
Yeah. I did guitar, was my main, and singing. And I also played drums and a little bit of piano and some bass.
Wow.
But I wasn't that good at that. I just learned for one song and I played drums.
That's mine.
Oh, thank you.
Right.
That's lovely to hear.
Okay, very good.
In London, I would cook quite a lot. I tried to cook Korean food. So I made kimchi. I love jan, like kimchi jan, pajan, 해물 pajan. I love bibimbap. I made that too. And japchae. I really like japchae.
You know how to make japchae too? Perfect.
You have to do so many, different...
Yeah, right. You need a lot of energy and effort to make japchae, right?
But I'm actually a pescatarian.
What is that?
It's vegetarian, but eating fish and seafood.
Oh.
But when I was 10 years old is when I became vegetarian. I felt really sorry for the animals. I was so young, innocent, and I kind of realized one day, having dinner with my mom, I just looked at her and I said, I can't eat this. Mom, I can't eat this. And she just thought, oh my goodness, what's happening to my daughter? Why is she not eating?
What you really wanted to achieve or what you really wanted to do?
Well, I have a lot of ambitions. Because in Sweden and in London, I worked with many different things. Because modeling and acting happened in the last year. But the 3 years before then, I was doing translating, the game testing, I was doing quality assurance, a lot of different types of jobs. And with that background, what I want to do is eventually I would like to have my own company. I also love the environment. I'm really interested in environmental sustainability. So I would love to open up my own Swedish cafe in Korea.
Wow.
Eventually, it would be quite healthy. So it would be natural food that's organic, sustainable. I'd also like to use Norwegian food and Swedish food. Basically make it a Scandinavian cafe.
Wow.
Because I think that would be quite popular here.
I see. Yeah, that's going to be fantastic. Scandinavian cafe in Korea.
Yeah. I hope people who are interested in healthy food and like healthy lifestyle will be interested in that. Because I think if you make it so it's not only about vegetarians or vegans, people could be very interested in that. So I know in Korea, beauty is very important. Staying healthy, exercise is really important.
Right.
That's so lovely on TV. I always see people exercising and old people doing these trying out new types of exercise. I think that's really nice.
I see. He said it's a very good weekend watching a fantastic person like you.
Oh wow. Oh, that's lovely to hear.
Okay.
That's so nice. I want to keep working with acting and modeling. I would like to do more with gaming. A lot, definitely. Would like to work more with games, but I need to learn more Korean first.
I see.
Like, they have a Facebook group, Swedes in Korea.
I see.
Quite a lot. Quite a lot. First, being a smaller country, well, to me, a smaller country, there's a lot of Swedish people here.
Interesting, very interesting.
Yeah, I think so. I think some people come here because they know that Korean's on the rise. Korea is becoming much more famous and popular. They know that it's a good language to learn.
I see.
Some of them might, And engineering and things like that is also quite big.
Swedish company well known in worldwide. Company.
IKEA.
Okay, other than IKEA.
Other than IKEA. We have a lot of steel industry. I know that that's quite big here in Korea.
Volvo,
yes. Oh yeah, the car companies. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
As we're heading to the ending now, the reason I had tried to have an interview with you is to understand more about foreigners living in Seoul and Korea. I had some friends helping. His job is main job is helping foreigners to safely land in Korea.
Interesting.
Easily, safely around the town, and find out some good foreigner-friendly shopping malls and restaurants. And
that's a problem with the sizes in Korea. Right. It's quite hard to find clothes. Immigrants and immigration. So I think as a foreigner, it can be quite hard to settle down and to really integrate in Korean culture.
I see.
So that is one part I would say would be interesting if they could expand. I also heard a lot about that the working holiday visa scheme has been more difficult for Korea than other countries.
Really?
And I actually made a comparison on the working holiday visa from the different countries, and Korea's requirements, I have a list of requirements, and you have to have a much larger sum of money. They require you to have, for some countries, about 12,000 American dollars. Whereas, for example, for Taiwan, it's a lot less. It's about $2,000 that they need.
12,000 is quite a lot of money.
It's quite a lot of money, especially for someone who's just going to travel and just coming to work, which is the purpose of the working holiday visa. So I'm quite curious why the Korean government are so careful with this. I think they're quite protective of Korean culture and keeping it very more Korean. I think they want to know who's coming into the country and they want to control it more.
I see.
I understand it because Korea opened up not that long ago. So this is also something that I find would be good for foreigners to learn more about and to find more opportunities.
I see.
And to settle down more easily. That would be great, really great.
I'll take this as a last question. My daughter asked me what this program is about. Okay, this live show is about...
Probably this live show.
Yeah, this one is about knowing better about Sarah. And Sarah is from Sweden, and she has a many different interesting background. And she just started to learn some more about Korea. But before she come to Korea, and she really likes to come to Korea.
Yes. I love Korea.
So this main idea about this show is to learn some more about Sarah and also get to know each other and you know,
about foreigners in Korea.
And basically we like to learn some more about Sarah.
Yeah.
This is a Sarah show.
It's about me.
Sarah show.
That's so awkward.
And thank you for joining us for a whole show. And I really enjoy talking to Sarah about her life.
Likewise, very interesting.
And thank you for all the valuable comments and replies.
Thank you so much. Thanks for all your questions.
우리 이제 마무리할게요. 우리 봐주셔서 고맙습니다. 우리 다음에 또 만나요. 고맙습니다. 마치겠습니다. You want to say in Korean?
고맙습니다. 고맙습니다.
Thank you so much.